Chosen one, stop right now. Do not scroll. Do not skip. Do not let this moment pass you by. If you are hearing these words, this is not coincidence, and it is not the algorithm. This is a divine interruption. God has intentionally crossed your path because the next instruction is critical, time-sensitive, and directly connected to what you have been praying for behind closed doors. What you are about to hear may feel uncomfortable, but obedience here will unlock protection, clarity, and acceleration. Stay with me until the end of this message, because missing even a small part could cost you a major breakthrough. Chosen one, God says for the next 48 hours, be completely silent. This is not a suggestion. This is not about being shy or withdrawn. This is a spiritual command. You have been explaining yourself to people who were never assigned to understand you. You have been talking through pain that was meant to push you into prayer, not conversation. Every time you open your mouth prematurely, you delay what heaven is trying to finalize. Silence is not weakness. Silence is authority under control. The enemy is not threatened by noise, he is threatened by restraint. Right now, there are ears listening that should not have access to your thoughts, your plans, or your emotions. Some people are smiling in your face while studying your patterns. God is calling you into silence because exposure is dangerous in this season. Chosen one, you have noticed lately that every time you speak, things feel heavier afterward. That is not in your imagination. You are in a sensitive spiritual window. Words carry weight right now. Some conversations are draining your oil. Some explanations are robbing you of peace. God says stop leaking energy. Silence seals the vessel. You do not need to defend yourself. You do not need to clarify your intentions. You do not need to correct every misunderstanding. God sees what they twisted. God heard what they misquoted. And God says, if you stay silent, he will speak louder than you ever could. This silence is not emptiness, it is preparation. Before God moves publicly, he works privately. Before he elevates you, he isolates you. Before he promotes you, he quiets you. Look throughout Scripture, every major move of God was preceded by stillness. Moses stood silent before the sea split. David learned restraint before the crown touched his head. Jesus opened not his mouth before his accusers, and that silence shook the heavens. Chosen one, there is a reason the urge to explain yourself feels so strong right now. The enemy wants you emotional, reactive. Reaction is a trap. Silence is an escape. When you say nothing, you deny the enemy information. When you say nothing, you stay aligned with heaven's timing. For the next 48 hours, God is asking you to step away from unnecessary speech. No arguing, no emotional venting, no posts fueled by frustration, no explaining your side of the story. Let them assume. Let them misunderstand. Let them talk. God says their words cannot stop what he has approved. This silence is also a test of trust. Do you trust God enough to let him handle your reputation? Do you trust him enough to believe that he can defend you better than you can defend yourself? Because the truth is, every time you rush to speak, you are telling God you do not trust him to act. Chosen one. God is about to shift things in your favor, but he cannot move if you keep interfering. Silence removes interference. Silence creates space. Silence invites divine intervention. While you are quiet, God is rearranging things behind the scenes. Conversations you are not in, decisions you are not part of, doors you never knocked on. This is not the time to be loud. This is the time to be hidden. Some blessings are fragile in the early stages. Some breakthroughs cannot survive exposure. God is protecting what he planted in you. Silence is the covering. You may feel misunderstood during these 48 hours. You may feel the urge to correct narratives. Resist it. Obedience here is more powerful than explanation. God says, if you remain silent, I will handle the rest. Chosen one, breathe. This quiet is not abandonment, it is alignment. And if you stay obedient, what comes next will require no words at all. Chosen one, while you remain silent, understand this clearly: God is not inactive. Heaven does not go quiet because nothing is happening. Heaven goes quiet because something precise is being arranged. The silence you are walking into is not a pause, it is a process. Behind what you cannot see, God is shifting timelines, reordering priorities, and interrupting plans that were formed against you. Right now, conversations are happening in rooms you have never entered. Decisions are being reconsidered without your presence. Hearts are being convicted without your explanation. This is what happens when you stop trying to manage outcomes and allow God to step fully into control. Silence hands God the microphone. Chosen one, the reason God is calling you to silence is because your words have been giving people access they were never meant to have. Not everyone who listens to you is for you. Some are listening to learn how to delay you. Others are listening to gather details they will later distort. Silence removes access. Silence draws boundaries without confrontation. During these 48 hours, you may notice something unusual. People who were loud around you suddenly become uncomfortable. Messages may slow down. Certain individuals may try to provoke a response from you. This is not accidental. When you go silent, you expose motives. Those who needed your reactions to feel powerful will feel unsettled. Let them. God is also using this silence to detox your spirit. You have been carrying emotional residue from conversations that should never have gone that deep. Words spoken in frustration linger in the soul. Silence cleanses that residue. As you quiet your mouth, your inner hearing sharpens. You will begin to notice God's direction with greater clarity, not through pressure, but through peace. Some of you will feel a sudden emotional release during this time. Tears may come without explanation. Sleep may feel deeper. The constant mental noise will begin to settle. That is not weakness, that is healing. God is restoring what constant communication drained from you. Chosen one. Silence also exposes who values you beyond access. Watch carefully who respects your boundaries when you stop explaining yourself. Watch who remains supportive when you stop overgiving. God is revealing alignment. Some connections will loosen, and that is not loss, it is deliverance. In this season, God is training you for restraint. What He is preparing to place in your hands requires maturity. You cannot carry influence, authority, or increase while reacting to everything. Silence is spiritual discipline. It teaches you how to respond instead of react, how to listen instead of assume, how to move with intention instead of emotion. Do not confuse silence with passivity. You are not ignoring problems, you are refusing to fight battles God never assigned you. Prayer replaces reaction. Worship replaces worry. Discernment replaces explanation. This is how spiritual authority is formed. As you remain quiet, the enemy will attempt to create urgency. Thoughts like, "You need to say something," or "They are getting the wrong idea," will surface. Recognize this for what it is: pressure. Pressure is often a sign that silence is working. Resist it. God is not rushed. Chosen one, some of the greatest breakthroughs are birthed in stillness. Seeds grow underground, unseen and untouched. If exposed too early, they die. God is protecting your growth. The quiet is intentional. You are also being repositioned internally. Your priorities are shifting. What once demanded your attention will suddenly feel irrelevant. You will realize that not every invitation deserves your presence, and not every conversation deserves your energy. This is wisdom forming. While you are silent, God is also silencing accusations. He is closing mouths that spoke against you. He is dismantling false narratives without your involvement. When God defends you, He does it thoroughly. Chosen one, this silence is temporary, but its impact will be permanent. What God is doing in these 48 hours will ripple far beyond this moment. Trust the process. Trust the instruction. You are not missing anything. You are being prepared for everything. Remain still. Heaven is working. Chosen one, when these 48 hours of silence come to an end, you will notice something unmistakable. You will not feel the same inside. The noise that once pulled at your spirit will no longer have the same power over you. The urgency to explain, to prove, to defend will be gone. That is because something will have shifted at a deeper level. Silence will have done its work. God does not call you into quiet without purpose. When He releases you from it, He does so with clarity. You will begin to see with sharper discernment. Decisions that once confused you will feel obvious. Paths that felt tangled will suddenly look straight. This is the reward of obedience. When you stop speaking over God, you finally hear Him clearly. Some of you will receive confirmation immediately after this season ends. A message you were waiting for will arrive. A delay will be explained. An answer you prayed for will come, not in chaos, but in peace. God is not the author of confusion, and silence was His way of removing interference. Chosen one, do not be surprised if people respond differently to you after this. Your presence will feel heavier, not louder. Heavier with authority, heavier with peace. When you stop over-explaining, people sense confidence. When you stop reacting, they sense strength. Silence matures your spiritual posture. You will also realize that some battles simply disappeared. Situations that once demanded your attention will no longer exist. Arguments will lose fuel. Drama will collapse under its own weight. That is what happens when you stop feeding what was never meant to survive. God will also begin to speak about next steps. Not everything at once, but enough. One instruction at a time. One clear move. One door to walk through. And this time, you will move differently, quietly, intentionally, without announcement. You will no longer seek validation from people who are not part of the assignment. Chosen one, guard what you gain. Silence does not end as a discipline, it becomes a wisdom. You will learn when to speak and when to remain quiet. You will understand that not every truth needs to be shared, and not every victory needs to be posted. Some things are sacred. There will be an increase in peace after this. Anxiety will loosen its grip. Your mind will feel lighter. Your prayers will feel more focused. That is because obedience realigns you with heaven's rhythm. When you move at God's pace, you stop exhausting yourself trying to control outcomes. Do not rush to fill the space when the silence lifts. Let your words be measured. Let your actions speak louder than explanations. Let results do the talking. God's favor is most powerful when it is undeniable. Chosen one, this season marks a transition. You are stepping out of emotional reaction and into spiritual authority. You are leaving behind the need to be understood and stepping into the security of being led. This is growth. This is maturity. This is preparation. If God trusted you with this instruction, it is because He trusts what He placed inside you. He knows you are ready for the next level. He knows you can handle what is coming. And what is coming will not need your defense. It will carry its own evidence. Stay alert after the silence. Pay attention to subtle shifts. Notice who re-enters and who fades away. Notice what no longer bothers you. Notice what excites your spirit again. These are signs of alignment. Chosen one, you were never meant to be loud to be powerful. You were meant to be led. And when God speaks through your life instead of your mouth, the impact multiplies. Walk forward with restraint. Move with wisdom. Speak with purpose. The silence has prepared you. You are still chosen, and now you are ready.